Alright, so for lesson 3, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue using the game lab. We're going to continue with drawing, but rather than using the pre-made shapes and colors that were given in lesson 2, we're going to start learning how to code the different shapes. This gives us a lot more control over what we want to do exactly. The first thing I want to point out is that we are using the JavaScript language to do the coding. Now it looks like it is set in the block coding. I guess the visuals look like block coding, but essentially what we're doing is these are actually JavaScript codes. That's why they still have the semicolon at the end and the parentheses. And if we wanted to actually see the JavaScript, we could click right here and click on the show text. And this is actually the JavaScript version of or the JavaScript coding for the specific commands. I'm going to leave it with the block as I do my introduction, but if you prefer to type it in, if it's faster for you, if you just want to kind of get ahead and get started with that sort of feel, please feel free to type in the code and do the code by text. That being said, I wanted to take a look at number 7, circle 7 or puzzle 7, whatever we want to call it, of lesson 3. In this, what we're asked to do is we're supposed to create essentially this image, and it gives us a couple hints. So it's really important that we read the hints and do what it says to do. So I'm going to hit run just to see what it looks like at first, and this is what the code gives us. So the first is drawn red, the second is drawn blue. We're going to change the red rectangle's color to green. Okay, so the red rectangle, we're just going to simply click, and we're going to type in green. Green. So if we reset it and run it, we notice that it's green. Now we have to change the order of the code so the green rectangle appears on top. Now this is one of the important things that we covered in this lesson. In number 5, there's going to be a video that explains the importance of the sequencing or the order of the code. Now the reason, so if we notice here on this image, the green rectangle is in front of the blue rectangle. Here, what happens here is if we're kind of thinking of the coding, we're going step by step. Okay, so I'm going to reset this, and this is what we're doing. I guess it doesn't let us do this, but let's talk about this order. What we're doing is the first line of code, we're making it green, and then we're going to create a rectangle at 175, 175. Okay, so they're going to make a rectangle right, where's 175? So roughly around here somewhere, 175, 175. Okay, they're going to make a green rectangle here, and then they make a blue one at 200, 200, which is right here. So because the blue one is made after, it's going to go on top of the green one. So that's why the blue one is on top of the green one. So to fix this, what we're going to want to do is actually change the order, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the fill green on the bottom essentially. So I'm going to move this to the bottom and move this to the bottom. So now what it does first is we're going to make the blue square first at 200, 200, and then we're going to make a green one on top of it. So I'm going to reset and run it, and we're going to notice that the green one is now on top of the blue one. Okay, so I think that might be the most confusing part, and I wanted to make sure I highlight this in this video to ensure you guys are aware of the importance of the sequencing or the order of the code.
Da, da, da.